PlayStation.
Past the high wing! Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my Uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide.
We have here.
Who's there?
Witchcraft totalis. Revelio. Goodness. I may have more luck higher up in the keep. A ladder. That's what I need. Productprovidedbywb totalis. Revelio. Witchcraft totalis. Revelio. Revelio. Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
Vacation.
Descendo. Door.
Heads of lettuce, those mushrooms were.
This looks like trouble. What do we find in here? Revelio.
The wizards will have no choice but to submit to us. It's punishment to us all to have that miserable human around. What's that? Who's there?
Revelio.
Aha! There you
Lumos. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Leviosa. It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Quiet. Too quiet, if you ask me.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio. Leviosa. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Revelio.
A human's wording. This prisoner owes us the metal we were promised. I know I heard something that time. Is somebody there? Hello? I could be used for better things than this so-called patrol. What's that? Who's there?
Petrificus totalis.
Things are not alone.
A boiler door. How to open it?
You have defeated our encampment.
How nice of you to stop by.
Expelliarmus. Leviosa.
You won't defeat us!
Confringo.
I
Accio. Descendo. Accio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Crescendo. Accio. Protego. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Leviosa. Accio. Don't me down. Confringo.
I've been fighting since before you were born.
Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes' wand. Where could it be? Revelio. Revelio.
One way or another, we'll get what we're owed.
Descendo.
I will make you.
Accio. Levioso. Confringo. Levioso.
Just you wait till I'm on solid ground.
Accio. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Such power.
Accio. Levioso.
Put me down.
Accio. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Confringo. Pity. Right. Accio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Levioso.
How childish.
Descendo. Depulso. Accio. Expelliarmus. Levioso.
You come back.
Incendio. Depulso. Descendo.
I won't rest.
Accio. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Confringo. Accio. Levioso. Accio. Confringo.
I will go.
You've one less follower, Ranrock. Revelio. This must be Mr. Oakes' wand. Perhaps now he can set himself free. Revelio.
You did it! I found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblins stole every canut on me. All I can say is thank you, truly.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709,
Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizard kind, sees us all as cruel.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analyzing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you, her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Revelio! Mr. Oakes was lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him.
To worry about.
Accio! Levioso! Confringo! Accio! Levioso! Accio! Trouble's brewing and I'm without my friends. Revelio!
What was that? It's the student from the town. Who is he?
Levioso! Confringo! Protego! Levioso! Accio! Expelliarmus! Accio! Levioso! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Confringo! Levioso! Confringo! Accio! Levioso! Expelliarmus! Accio! Confringo! Levioso! Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Levioso! Protego! Accio! One less foul-hulking brood. Revelio! Protego! High wing! Go! Faster, high wing!
You would be wise not to underestimate this student. Their aptitude for magic is beyond anything I've ever seen, and I've been teaching a long time.
It is a joy to have such a student.
It can be.
There you are.
I've received your owl. I was able to speak with Lodgok, the goblin I mentioned before.
What did you learn?
He and Ranrock were close once, but they had a falling out.
You believe he can be trusted?
He seemed trustworthy. Difficult to know, really. But Sirona Ryan trusts him.
Well, that's something, I suppose. Supposing he can be trusted, will he help us get to Ranrock?
I retrieved a stolen helm. He hopes to return to Ranrock in order to regain his confidence.
You have been busy. Let's hope your efforts result in our learning something about Ranrock's plans.
Lodgok did mention that Ranrock is searching for something, but he couldn't say what. Perhaps that helm will yield some answers.
Ranrock is searching for something. I feared as much. I've heard an unusual amount of activity, goblins and wizards, I surmise, when visiting my portrait at my castle.
Rookwood Castle?
My former residence, yes. That castle is also the location of your next trial.
You didn't see anything? Speak with anyone?
I did not. In fact, I did not make myself known. I only recently returned there and did not recognize nor trust anyone that I heard. I stayed out of sight so as not to tempt my portrait's destruction.
I'm sorry to tell you that Victor Rookwood, evidently your descendant, is a dark wizard in league with Ranrock.
My descendant? A dark wizard? I'm afraid we've no time to waste. Despite the obstacles that clearly await you, you must get to Rookwood Castle immediately. Not only is it the location of the next trial, it is home to a source of power that would be devastating in the wrong hands. I do wish we had the luxury of time. However, I do not doubt your abilities. Find my portrait there as soon as you can.
Very well, sir. I'm on my way.
Best of luck.
No time to waste. I'll meet you at Rookwood Castle.
What's going on here?
Professor Rookwood was right. The place is crawling with Victor Rookwood's lot and Ranrock's loyalists. They're working to...
Revelio.
Ready to fight!
Revelio.
You can't stop Ranrock's rebellion! You are terribly outmatched. Surely you can take that. I won't rest.
Up there. That's our
Revelio.
way in.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
If I'd known your plan was to dig up half the
I
country...
wouldn't have to dig if you could simply manage to bring me the child.
We wouldn't need the child if you hadn't sent a dragon to retrieve the container I spent months and countless ministry favors tracking.
You let them board the carriage. My options were limited once I knew it would be inconveniently beyond my reach of that infernal school.
Have you not acquired enough power here? I allowed you to tunnel under my family home.
Allowed me? You are here only because you are descended from a keeper and may at some point inadvertently become valuable. We had an agreement. I will share with you the power that I discovered if you locate the stores of magic that are yet to be found. So, unless you want another demonstration of my power, a power that you one day hope to wield, bring me the child.
We already knew they were after you, but now we know they're digging for stores of magic.
And Ranrock knows about the Keepers.
Yes, I caught that too. Professor Rookwood said that you'd understand more once you complete the next trial.
Let's get into that castle.
Any special words you want me to pass on to your mum?
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Leviosa! Revelio. 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 Revelio.
I suppose that's the point.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Revelio! Revelio!
Goblin tracks. They're a step ahead of us. Let's see where they lead.
Professor Rookwood, the goblins and dark wizards who've overrun your castle are digging for stores of magic and have broken open some sort of container.
No. Things are more dire than I could have imagined. If, as you told Percival, a goblin in his vault was wielding a powerful magic, then they have somehow learned. It cannot be.
And sir, they know you were a keeper. Ranrock used the term.
This makes no sense. How did... We shall discuss this later. Right now, you must complete the next trial.
Just tell me where I need to go.
The power you stand to wield must first be fully understood. The trials will ensure that. Power without knowledge is dangerous indeed. In the wrong hands, we will simply have to outwit Ranrock and my unfortunate namesake.
Very well, Professor. Tell me where I need to go.
I shall reveal the path. Professor Fig must leave you now.
I would join you if I could.
Revelio.
I shall await your arrival in the map chamber.
Revelio. 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 There's a pillar here, but no ledge near it. Expelliarmus! Confringo! Levioso! Accio! Convulso! Descendo! Accio! Levioso! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Luma! Incendio! Accio! Levioso! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Accio! Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Leviosa. Expelliarmus. Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Expelliarmus. Leviosa. Levioso, Accio. Expelliarmus. Accio. Guardian Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Expelliarmus. Accio. Expelliarmus. Levioso. Accio. Leviosa, Expelliarmus, Confringo. Accio, Leviosa. Confringo. Incendio. Accio. Expelliarmus, Leviosa. Confringo. Expelliarmus, Leviosa. Accio. Leviosa. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Accio. Leviosa. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Accio. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Potato. Confringo. Accio. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Repel. Levioso. Accio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Accio. Levioso. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Protego. Accio. Confringo. Levioso. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Levioso. Revelio. What a relief.
I must say I'm curious to hear of Isadore's travels.
Do come in. Please, have a seat.
Isadora, we are all most intrigued to hear.
We're ready. I've something to show you. Father, these are my colleagues from Hogwarts. Father hasn't spoken since my brother died. On my travels, I confirmed that which I've always believed. That we have the power to take away pain.
Isadora. What have you done?
I took his pain.
This is uncharted magic, Isadora. You can only see what has been sealed in the jar, and we do not know what power that may hold. But the traces of that magic are different from what I've seen before.
Thank you.
It is good to see you again.
Professor Rookwood told me about what happened at Rookwood Castle.
In light of the dire circumstances in which we find ourselves, it is most fortunate that someone so competent is following this path.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep the second artifact safe as you've advised.
Good. Are you ready to move on?
What was the glowing strand that Isadora pulled from her father's chest?
It was pain. You will understand more about her actions as you complete the trials.
I'm ready for whatever comes next.
In that case, introductions are in order.
Allow me to introduce former Hogwarts headmistress, Neve Fitzgerald.
How do you do? I must say that I was not entirely surprised to learn that a student had been completing the trials. I've always believed Hogwarts students capable of anything they set their minds to.
Thank you, Professor. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
I am certain that you are more than capable of completing my trial. However, I must first, how shall I say, prepare the location of your next trial.
We trust your judgment, Professor Fitzgerald. You should know better than anyone how to manage the inconvenience of, well...
A vainglorious and exasperating headmaster? Indeed I should. I shall confirm that everything is in order immediately.
Of course. Professor Fitzgerald needs some time to clear the way forward. Until then, you should continue to hone your magic. If you learn more about Ranrock and Victor Rookwood's activities in the meantime, please let us know.
Very well, Professor. I know. Continue to hone my magic.
You do learn quickly. Hopefully you will soon hear from Lodgok as well, and we shall learn how he fared with the helmet you retrieved. Well done today, as always. We shall speak again soon.